It's still September 23rd. I'm going to be moving around because I'm falling behind on my activities. But I just finished watching Laurie Anderson, The Forest by Laurie Anderson. And it's, I guess, part of this second Norton lecture through the Mahindra Humanities Center. And one, it was completely fascinating. And Gary said it to me, and I think, so one of the recent videos that I posted was on the tingling sensation that I feel, or that I felt when I went to that singing bowl thing. So in this, it was only available for 24 hours. So I finished watching it. And in it, it talks about having this is like off a little bit because I'm moving around a lot. The vibration of the music, and they were the waves that get sent, and the recording of the waves, and then to like a plant or just an object, like they used an empty potato chip bag, and then they recorded the waves that were sent back, or the bouncing off of the waves. And it reminded me of the vibration that I feel in my head. Yeah, the vibration. Especially when it was during the singing bowls, right? So that helped, and then it made another connection in my head about that other book. I should have looked it up before I recorded, but I remember reading a book. It was an Asian author, and there were pictures, and it was water, the molecules or the crystals of water under a microscope, and again with sound waves, right? And so it was talking about what the energy output, really, right? The output of whether it's words or sounds to water, and then they would capture the response of the water under a microscope with the pictures, and so you see the crystals of the water, and the forming of it, and what it looked like under a certain type of vibration versus another type. So and then it connected it to the words that you speak to your plants, right? And the vibration that it gets versus when you say I hate you, or just, it's just, yeah. So it reminded me of that. But, so what she was explaining made sense, right? I mean, clearly, bats, they're blind, and they do that whole echo sound thing, right? To kind of figure out where they're going. So they receive that, and that's how they know how to navigate. And whales do it, and dolphins do it also. That sonar thing. But then my question is, and this is what I'm going to ask him, why is it that certain I'd like to know if other people who hear the singing bowl, do they experience the same vibration? 2, is it just the singing bowl frequency sound thing that causes that vibration? And I mean, in the video it talked about, it was just Mary had a little lamb, and the vibration of that, and the bouncing off of that back from the object. So then, why is it that I don't get that same vibration from everything around me that makes a sound, right? why is it that, I can go about the day and it's not the same thing, and then all of a sudden it's so pronounced with certain songs or certain words. Like, I remember mentioning it to a level, I'm like, sometimes when I interact with people, there's certain sounds, like certain word choices that just kind of like like it's highlighted more. It's highlighted more. And sometimes it's that same feeling. The tingling sensation. And then it goes away. And I wonder, does it really go away, or is it just my level of awareness at that point where it's not really focusing on it? So that came up for me in terms of just this awareness of the vibration, right? That sound gives off, and then how it bounces back. And so then I'm like, okay, well, it definitely penetrated my skull to the point where I'm feeling the vibration. And the thing is that it's I mean, if I remember going to clubs, right? Is it the same vibration? I'm trying to remember. I mean, I didn't go to many. But there is this vibrating, right? This vibrate, like this, not numbing, but this, like you feel the vibration, right? After you're in it for so long, but it's like this, you have to kind of be fully immersed in that sound, the sound waves, I guess, of a club, right? That's the difference. Like, I would have to be fully submerged in that room with the music. But then why is it with just the singing bowl, right? It created that same feeling then in that video. And then more recently, I'm trying to remember when it got triggered. I don't think I was listening to music. I was just reading a book. I was reading my religion book when I felt it, and then I thought, oh, maybe I'm onto something here, right? Because I was in my car. Reading. And then it's on certain songs and the words that get highlighted where the tingling just... So then I'm wondering, are these specific songs, again, the same level of frequency for it to be so pronounced? Questions, right? So all this is now being triggered in me about that experience. There was something else. What else? There was something else. I don't remember. But that's what stood out the most so far. Aside from the fact that I'm totally behind in my activities. Like, I was supposed to go to Costco, wash my clothes. It's about like 1. Haven't really had breakfast. Except like my morning chocolate collagen drink with my little fake coffee packet thing. And I need to finish the assessments. That lecture was like an hour long. And I was just so engrossed in it that I was just like, oh my gosh, like what's coming next? And I was feeling the tingling sensation, and it was definitely like visually, and then the sounds, and then the words. It was hitting different spots for me, for sure. But I wonder. That was all. Just want to share that. Because that came up for me in terms of just questioning the vibration in my head when it comes on. And then why it's been a while. It's been like a whole month since that video that I posted. It had been a whole month and I hadn't experienced that, at least not that I was aware of. is Yubi, and in case you haven't figured it out, this footage is capturing my experience as I learn to navigate my personal spiritual awakening. I am learning that this experience is unique to each one of us. In whatever way we believe we are embracing living our truth, this just happens to be my journey. And despite me having a graduate degree and a license in clinical social work, this by no means is intended to replace any type of mental health advice. This is just me on a personal level, documenting my experience, shedding light on the truth that I am learning and discovering for myself, and really inviting you along for the ride. If by some magical chance you find this content to be helpful in any way, shape, or form, please click the like button, share the message, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have an Instagram account, a personal one, and one specifically for this channel that you're more than welcome to check out. I'm an open book. I have also created t-shirt designs. I'm wearing my favorite one right now, which is the Norton design, but I have that and other things that you can look at inspired by this process and journey, and I have the link in the description box as well as in the about section of my YouTube channel. So you're more than welcome to check those items out. Any type of support is great. Again, if you find this content really helpful or meaningful, sometimes when we take that step and be vulnerable, with showing what's inside our hearts and what's really our truth, we realize that we're much more connected than what we thought we were. And so I hope that as I'm living this experience and that you find some type of truth for yourself, or find some type of ability to heal in some way just by relating, just by knowing that you're not alone. That really has been my goal with this process, not just being able to connect with others, but really for my own healing. It's definitely been a therapeutic experience and a very creative one for myself. So I thank you, and I wish you all the best, and we'll see what else comes next for me. So